The devastating consequences of climate change are most glaring in Lenadi, a Chadian locality sharing borders with Cameroon. At least 5 or 6 animals die here every day. It is horrible.
Not only animals are dying, people are dying as well. 3 women miscarried yesterday. And it is not only water crisis. There is virtually nothing to feed the animals and the people. What are we going to do?
Here, water is a rare commodity. We are facing water crisis.
As a member of parliament, I lack words to express myself.
It is a similar story in the far north region of Cameroon, where the earth is dry. Rice is the major source of food and income here, but rice farmers have abandoned their farms due to the arid nature of the soil as a result of climate change. Not much rain falls, water does not run into the canal because the levels of the river Lagoon have fallen. The Lagoon River, the biggest in this part of the country, is now void of water. However, in the northwest region of Cameroon, climate change is affecting farmers differently. The environment is greeny due to frequent heavy rains.
Rain over plenty over. Even this morning, so rain over falls. We come farm around 9. The way we used to come farm for 7.
This is a potato farm.
Gia Genesis has been working on his potato farm for 7 years now.
Potato is a crop that needs a lot of care to be taken with.
He tells me that things are no longer the same again.
As a farmer, have you noticed some changes because of climate change?
Yes, I've noticed it.
What exactly?
Let me say, for example, at first we usually have the yield. The yield per hectare was usually from 20 to 35 tons. But now we see that the yield has really dropped down to 20, 30. The yield has really dropped. That's why the demand in the market is high and people don't even get the crops.
So sometimes you have too much sun?
Yeah, sometimes we have too much sun, sometimes we have too much rain. Like what we are experiencing now, especially in this October. We have a lot of rains, which from the past years, by this type of time, we don't have we have some, yes.
But heavy rains due to climate change have also been of much advantage to the farmers in the northwest region.
At this moment, it is more advantageous to us, the climate change, because we have more rains now. It reduces the cost of irrigation. The crops are growing now with no problem. But our fear is the dry season, which is approaching. We don't know whether it will be so long or it will be so short. Our crops may suffer.
And the farmers are gradually adapting to the climatic changes. Irrigation is their main hope now.
It's a dam.
65-year-old Michael Tita is taking me to an irrigation scheme he has established.
Yes, this is a dam being done by the farmers. That's the raw farm dam. To irrigate the farm down this side during the dry season, because there's no like for instance, you see in the dry season there's not enough water, so we decide to dug this to irrigate the farm to feed the crops. That is potatoes and cabbages and more other crops. We feed them with this water.
Researchers are advising farmers in Cameroon to change their planting season. Across the country, there are real fears of hunger and starvation.
I think if things go poorly, and I have seen this with my eyes here, the amount of suffering that can come to Africa will be large. Because if all of a sudden people if they cannot feed themselves, that leads to war. And war also then leads to death. And it becomes somewhat of a vicious circle. So there's a potential, if this is not addressed and handled well, there could be some very bad things coming down.
From the farmer to the trader and consumer, everyone is testifying in Cameroon that climate change is a growing danger with negative effects on local food supply.